What is up, everybody? My name is, of course, Bianca, and thank you so much for being here at my channel, Conscious Creation with Bianca. We talk all things law of assumption, law of attraction, and just being and becoming the best versions of ourselves. I'm very excited to get into today's topic, and of course, if you do need any help with your manifestations, I am also a manifestation coach, so just check down below for all those details to my coaching. And I want to get straight into today's topic, which you guys specifically asked me about. Very excited, and it is thought transmission, right? And I have to be honest, I had to go back to my Neville book, and I had to go back to chapter 5 of Prayer, the Art of Believing. And I just want to read something to you guys today. And that is my interpretation of thought transmission, which, as somebody who hasn't studied, quantum physics to the extent that I would like to, and has only been practicing manifesting for myself and also for the last year and a half, coaching others, I can only speak from my experience, but that is the most powerful thing that we have, right? Our own experience. So let me start. Nothing can be added to a man, for the whole creation is reality perfected in him. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and man can receive nothing except it be given from heaven. Yeah, so that states that we are God within ourselves. Then we get to, this is very important, and this is how I understand manifestation and thought transmission in my own world, or how I've had successes with it. And it is distance, as is cognized by your objective senses, does not exist for the subjective mind. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the utmost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me. Time and space are conditions of thought. The imagination can transcend them and move in psychological time and space. Now, I know if you have read Neville that sometimes his words are very in-depth, very lengthy, and it gets a little confusing. I would always recommend to read Neville out loud and repeat and repeat and repeat. That's what I do from time to time. So as I said, this chapter in itself is very intense, and it's still in my mind doesn't truly and honestly make any sense, in the sense that it's difficult for me to explain it, and that's why I was hesitant to do this video. However, you guys asked for it, so I'm giving you what you guys need and what you guys want. And how I see thought transmission is like this. The thoughts that you create within your reality, so the thoughts that I'm having right now, are being projected some way, time, shape, and these barriers between us don't exist. My projection of my face and my wording is being directed to you, the viewer of this video. This means that between the thoughts that I have and, say, for example, let's talk about SP, there is no time, there is no space, and there is no distance. Now, how I see it is we work on a physical plane, which is a 3D, 4-dimension, which is the astral plane, as well as the 5th dimension, spiritual. So what I do, and I work with Reiki as well for myself, I often see my physical body as there, for example, and I see my astral and spiritual body as kind of having their own pathways or vibrational lineages that connect to the person that I want to connect with. And you can try this out, and I would not take this so seriously that you get super obsessed with thought transmission, but I would recommend that you try it out with somebody that you have no resistance to. So maybe not at firstly with your specific person, maybe, with your mom or your best friend. Have you ever had those experiences where you've been thinking about someone, or you've been thinking about someone on your mind for a lot, and they do reach out to you and they say, oh my God, I was thinking about you today. Oh my God, that's so crazy. It's kind of this thing of deja vu. That is telepathy, and that is thought transmission. And I do believe each person has a vibrational frequency which they give out. And I know in this book, for example, that Neville did speak about bad thoughts and not projecting them out to others, right? So Neville was always coming from this place of love, and this whole consciousness that we're talking about in manifestation comes from within, comes from the God state. The God state, of course, being love, abundance, purity. What else do we have there on the high vibrational scale? Equanimity, balance, harmony. So God in himself was pure love, which means we obviously, as we read in the Bible, we do unto those as we would want to ourselves, right? And we would never do something to harm another being. That was Neville's teaching, and that was consciousness. And I believe that is the true essence of manifestation, this place of egolessness. Okay, so coming back to the topic of thoughts transmission, I honestly, as I said, I believe that thought transmission exceeds time and space. There is nothing, as I read in this book, or this slight passage, the small passage from today's book, we have nothing that stops us between our specific person who could be on the other side of the world. to allow our thoughts to transmit like a frequency, like a signal to that person, that they will receive it. Now, where it gets interesting as well in this chapter, and I would recommend that you do read it, is if the signal, and I've experienced this in my own coaching as well as in my own personal life, is if this signal is going out and doesn't reach our specific person or that person that you would like to reach, and it comes back to you, then you're going to have this thought that comes in your mind. And I always say, see these thoughts or these, let's say things, these things that come back to you as teachers. So this will reflect inside of you. This teacher will reflect inside of you, where you will now have the chance and the opportunity to work on self and to understand, okay, this is something I need to work inside of myself, because of course everybody is you push out, and everybody in your reality, which you're creating for yourself, is going to reflect your inner thought patterning. Yeah, I really don't know if I was able to explain this video well enough. I do hope, however, you were able to derive something from this interaction. Most predominantly that we have the physical body, the 4D and the 5th D, and those are astral and spiritual. Between those realms, there is no time, there is no space. This whole manifestation thing, this law that we have, anyway precedes all of that, and God is our belief. So yeah, that's it from me today. I as I said, like, if you do want to talk to me a little bit more about this topic, and you also want to send me some feedback if you had a little more success with thought transmission, then happily write me in the description below. I am also a manifestation coach, and my 21-day challenge has been really successful up until now. If you do need extra help, email me at empathie.bianka@gmail.com, and we will see us in the next video. Until then, bye guys.